White Zombie, More Human Than Human. A really cool, interesting song. I mean, it's a metal song, and we're rocking a ton of slide through this, all kinds of slide technique. And for the most part, it's pretty basic, kind of like open chug stuff going on, and then we just interlace it with all these different slide riffs. So to start, like I said, it's just going to be an open chord. And important note here, if you're trying to play along to the recorded key for this, you're going to want to drop all the way down to the key of C sharp. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 3 steps basically. And of course get all that distortion on there. Got a C sharp there. And then just tune it standard all the way down. So we just got that low, not quite a C, it's for some reason it's just C sharp. So get that out of the way and you'll be all set here. And like I said, the first riff here, this is pretty much like just the intro riff and like the riff for the first half of the verse. And the second half of the verse is more or less the same chord, it's just kind of strummed with a different tempo. So yeah, just to start, it's just going to be 2 strums on the open C sharp there, and 2 and 2 on the 5th and 4th string, so we get that power chord. Okay, just 2 strums just like that, and then cut it. And as you can see, I like to wear my slide on my pinky here, just because you get it sounds nicer because you get more fingers to mute behind it, so there's a little less noise going on, and it frees up, these 3 fingers, which I use the most anyway, and so you can just have it on there and it doesn't get in the way. Okay, and then we'll jump into the main slide riff here, and essentially you're going to be just dealing with the top 3 strings here. What would be the E, the B, and the G. Okay, and we're just gonna start up at the low end here, and we're just gonna slide up to 12. And once we get there, we're gonna strum it once more. Okay. And it'll definitely help you if you raise these strings up a little bit in the bridge, so you don't get as much fret noise going on. Like I said, run up to 12, and then we're going to come up back down, and then run up to 14. Same thing, we're going to come low again, and then go up to 15. Okay, and now to 17, and then when we get there, we're gonna only really hit like the G and the B string, and then hit the what would be the high E, and then the B and the G, and slide it back down. Okay, you want to kind of keep that E17 separate. A little accent in there with it. Alright, so you just put that first bit together. Alright, second half of that main slide riff. It kind of starts the same way till we get all the way up to that 15, so you just play it the same. And at this point, we do the 14 on what would be the D, G, and B string, and we're just going to do 14 to 12, 14 to 12, and 3 times basically, and then just slide it out. Okay, so we'll try that together here. cap it all off, it's just a really slow slide up, starting at about 3, and then just slowly slide it all the way up until essentially you run out of frets, and then just slide it back out. Alright, and then it would go into the verse, which, like I said, is the first half of it is the same as the intro, where you're just hitting those. Like once every measure, you're just hitting 2 of those. But then once you get to the second half of the measure, it just kind of basically just goes double time. So you're hitting, each of those 2 strums. You're basically going to do that twice in a measure. Okay, so it just picks up double time. And then it'll jump into the chorus, which is essentially just what you were doing for that last half of the verse, but in between those strums, we're going to be doing just some palm muting on the open string. Okay, just quickly hitting 4 palm muted open notes in between those strums. Okay, and you just get it up to speed. Okay, and then most of the riffs there just kind of repeat, but we get towards the end here, and there's kind of a new slide riff that comes in, combining everything, more or less. So it's going to start with we're just going to hit those 2 open strums. Then we're going to interlace some slide here. And it's going to start at the 5, and we're just going to hit that and then slide it out. Okay. And then the same thing. Essentially, we're just going to be hitting those open strums and then switching to a new slide position, and it's just going to gradually come higher and higher as we slide out. So it's going to be 5, 7, 8, 10, and then the 12, 14, 15. Okay, and we're just going to, like I said, intermingle those slide parts in between the open strums. Okay, and then of course it would just all end on the 17. Alright, in the very end there's a slightly different slide riff coming in. Kind of similar to the last one we did, but we're just going to be doing slide from 5 up. Okay, and you're just going to kind of slide 5 up to just gradually higher and higher between. Okay, so we'll try it like this. Alright, and then it would just end with 12, 14, 15, 17. Alright, that was More Human Than Human by White Zombie. You don't get a lot of slide songs with metal, so it's always cool to find one, and this is probably like one of the pinnacles of that. Hope you had fun with it, learned a bunch. Like it, share it, watch it a ton. Shoot me a subscription, that'd be rad. And till next time, more human than human. That is our motto. We'll see ya.